Ligue 1 remains under Paris Saint-Germain's control. Les Parisiens have yet to lose a match in Ligue 1, and they sit at a comfortable 10-point lead from second place Olympique de Marseille. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Into the Net FC. My name is AlexAlKazzaz, and I'm also known as the Bear of Texas. And as I sit here to look at how PSG maintains a comfortable 10-point lead, honestly, it becomes more and more clear that Paris Saint-Germain may actually run away with Ligue 1. Except this time they did face competition at the very beginning, but that competition ultimately could not keep up. Because at one point, AS Monaco was on top of Ligue 1. But Paris Saint-Germain quickly took it back. Paris Saint-Germain easily eliminated the threats. All threats were quickly eliminated. I just repeated that, yes. Nonetheless, right now it seems that the competition is who is going to finish in the second and third spot. Because in Ligue 1, it's the top three that go to the Champions League the following season. And right now, it looks to be Paris Saint-Germain, Olympique de Marseille, and AS Monaco. Those three look to be set to go to the Champions League next season if these particular results were the results if the season ended right now. But there's still a lot of football left to play. Now, as we see, Lille is in fourth place, which would mean they would actually be in the qualifiers for the Champions League. So, anyway, Nice is in fifth, which would mean a Europa League group stage. And the next spot, number 6, would be a spot in the Europa Conference League qualifiers. So, honestly, the top 3 automatically gives you a spot in the Champions League group stage. And that would be PSG, Marseille, and Monaco if the season ended right now. Lille is still in it. Nice is still in it. Sadly, the club of my hometown, Lyon, has fallen off the map a little bit. Lyon, well, in Lyon's last 5 games, there's only been 1 win for Lyon. There's been 2 losses and 2 draws. So Olympique Lyonnais has really gotten badly behind, and that really breaks my heart considering all the drama that they're dealing with because they could face a possible relegation because of certain penalties. It's just so sad. Well, Nice in 5th, well, my French compatriot Laurent would certainly prefer for Nice to be higher. Not long ago, Nice was actually in the top 4, so Lille and Nice have been battling it out back and forth as far as the top 4 spots go. And I apologize, it's been a minute since I've done a Ligue 1 episode. I feel like my weekly Premier League and Ligue 1 episodes, sometimes they just feel too stale, and I'm just not in the mood. But this time I really had to get it out there. So, take a look at the standings before I take a look at the latest games. Paris Saint-Germain's in first, and Paris Saint-Germain has yet to lose a game in Ligue 1. Olympique de Marseille is in second, 12 wins, 4 draws, and 4 losses. AS Monaco, 11 wins, 4 draws, and 5 losses. 13 points behind Paris Saint-Germain, but 3 points behind Marseille. And Lille, 2 points behind Monaco in 4th place, and you have Nice, 1 point behind Lille. So, there you have it. Well, the matches this week were pretty interesting. Well, I think Monaco, speaking of Monaco, I think they've been on a winning streak. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Because before that, in the last 5 games, Monaco has had 2 losses, a draw, and 2 wins. So, Monaco was on a 2-game winning streak. All right. Lille hasn't been too good either because Lille has only had 2 wins in their last 5 wins with 1 loss and 2 draws. And Nice has had 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw in their last 5. So, in Marseille, 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in their last 5. So, the club's battling out behind Paris Saint-Germain. Well, the competition is definitely out there. And, of course, Nice on the 26th of January, Nice with that 2-0 win at home over Marseille. I mean, that was huge. Not to mention Monaco beating Rennes 3-2 and PSG suffering a 1-1 draw at home to Reims. And Lyon not being able to get the win against Nantes. Well, this week, Paris Saint-Germain turned it around with a 5-2 win over Brest. Now, of course, this happens after I do that breakdown of the Champions League knockout playoff phase, when I said that even though Paris Saint-Germain is the odds-on favorite on paper to advance to the round of 16, Brest should not be counted out because I said that Brest is perfectly capable of eliminating Paris Saint-Germain. But this was before Paris Saint-Germain had a 5-2 win over Brest in Brest recently. Do I still feel the same? Yes, I do. And in this game, well, to see Ousmane Dembele score a hat-trick was certainly amazing. Gonzalo Ramos scored a brace of his own. And speaking of Ousmane Dembele, he's actually now the top scorer of the Ligue 1 at 14 goals. Behind him, Mason Greenwood, and third place, Jonathan David. So not only is the table competitive, but also for the statistical leaders as far as top scorer. So you have Dembele leading the charge at 14 goals, followed by Mason Greenwood and Jonathan David. Well, so 5-2 win for Paris Saint-Germain over Brest. Well, Brest, same thing, depending on what accent. Now, I'm not going to go through all the details like I do, like looking at the lineup and etc. The only story right now for Paris Saint-Germain that I'm wondering about involves Randal Kolo Muani. I mean, Randal Kolo Muani, we have not heard from him in a long time. I mean, last we heard is that he was linked to the move to another club, but so far nothing's come out of that so far, at least not that I know of. Although it says that he's actually okay. No, there's actually been an update. No. Randal Kolo Muani is actually on loan right now to Juventus. Okay, so he's still with Paris Saint-Germain, but he's on loan to Juventus. Well, I'm not exactly sure when this happened because I don't remember getting a notification out of it. But okay, and I'm saying that he played a huge role in Juventus' last win. But before I get into that, when did Randal Kolo Muani get loaned to Juventus? Because I never got a notification. Oh, this was January 23rd. Oh. Oh my goodness. So he made his debut on the 25th of January. So I'm behind on this particular situation. My goodness. So he was loaned officially on the 23rd of January. And then he made his debut for the club in that 2-1 loss to Napoli, and he scored the goal. And he recently he scored a brace against Empoli FC. Okay, I got to take a quick look at the Juventus games because I've just right now I have a huge sense of responsibility because how in God's name did I not see it? How in God's name did I not see that he was already at Juventus? Now I'm curious to see, like, did he start in that Champions League match against Benfica? No, he did not. No, he did not. As a matter of fact, he wasn't even on the bench for that game. That's interesting. So he didn't actually start in that Champions League match, but he made his debut in that 2-1 loss to Napoli on the 25th of January, and he scored Juventus' only goal. So he made his debut. He made his debut and scored a goal. I mean, how about that? And then 4-1 win for Juventus over Empoli. He scored a brace, and he scored a brace in a matter of 3 minutes. So Randal Kolo Muani is already doing good in Juventus. So I hope it continues to go well. And now that I know he's officially with Juventus on loan, well, might as well pay more attention to Juventus. So, glad I got that out of the way because I was wondering where that went. So, that wraps up for Paris Saint-Germain. Monaco, 4-2 win over Auxerre. Well, Mika Biereth scored a hat-trick for Monaco. Quite frankly, it was in a span of less than 10 minutes. Scored his first goal in the 57th minute. Scored his second goal 6 minutes later. And then in the 65th minute, he scored his third. A hat trick in less than 10 minutes, if my math is correct. So, yeah. Lille, 4-1 win over Saint-Etienne. Well, Jonathan David scoring a goal was great. It was a penalty, but still scored a goal nonetheless. 4-1 over Saint-Etienne. Well, obviously, I'm really wondering exactly how many saves Lucas Chevalier had in that one. As I said, Lucas Chevalier has just been completely incredible. I feel kind of silly saying that completely incredible. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just the adrenaline just pushes in so much, and Lucas Chevalier. I'm just so curious to know where he goes in the foreseeable future because, like I said, sooner or later, big clubs are going to be begging to sign him. And I've talked about Lucas Chevalier with my French compatriot and my good friend Laurent. And, Lucas Chevalier is 23 years old. So, you got to hope that Lucas Chevalier is going to be part of the French squad in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, provided that France qualifies. But as far as I'm concerned, I mean, Lucas Chevalier, 23 years old, I mean, honestly, and he was actually called up to the French national team in November of last year. Didn't play, but he was called up. So Lucas Chevalier is just got to keep up the good work, and like I said, sooner or later, these huge teams are going to be begging to sign him. As far as I'm concerned, Barcelona might, Real Madrid might. Wouldn't be surprised if English clubs, were interested in going after Lucas Chevalier. I would just only hope that he does not go to Paris Saint-Germain. And I'm dead serious. Now, if he were to go to Paris Saint-Germain, would I still root for Lucas Chevalier? Well, absolutely I would. But I'm seriously hoping that he does not go to Paris Saint-Germain. Lille had 13 shots on target against Saint-Etienne. Man, Saint-Etienne only had 2. And Lucas Chevalier made only 1 save against Saint-Etienne, while the Saint-Etienne goalie made 9. So I was curious to see how many saves Lucas Chevalier made, and only made 1, but that's just because of how this game particularly went. So 4-1 win for Lille over Saint-Etienne. Well, Marseille versus Lyon was obviously the game that I had my mind on. Sadly, Lyon, well, if I remember correctly, wasn't that time last year when Lyon suffered that heartbreaking loss to Olympique de Marseille? I mean, Lyon is now in 7th in Ligue 1, so that's pretty embarrassing. But Lyon versus Marseille, I mean, you never know how exciting this game could particularly be. So this one, ended in a 3-2 win for Marseille, but it was pretty similar to the earlier encounter, which was back in September of last year when Marseille won on the road 3-2 as well. I mean, just when Olympique Lyonnais thought that they had secured the draw, Jonathan Rowe made it 3-2 for Marseille in that game to give them the win, even though Marseille had lost a player within the first 5 minutes to a straight red card. So Marseille once again got the better of Lyon. But this particular game, well, I thought that if Marseille was not going to allow Lyon to get the win on this one, but this one almost ended similarly. Corentin Tolisso gave Lyon the lead in the 53rd minute. It was scoreless at halftime, and it ended 3-2 for Marseille. So 5 goals in the second half in this game. Corentin Tolisso gave Lyon the lead, only for Mason Greenwood to equalize 8 minutes later. And about 2 minutes later, Adrien Rabiot gave Marseille the 2-1 lead. And then in the 72nd minute, after Lyon was awarded a penalty, AlexAlKazzaz equalized. And then 13 minutes later, in the 85th minute, Luis Henrique made it 3-2 for Marseille. So what a thriller. What a thriller in the second half. I know that my other French compatriot, Anthony, who's a strong supporter of Marseille, is happy with this result, as is my good friend and my mentor, Mr. Steve Adams. They're both supporters of Marseille. Well, me, as a native Lyonnais, well, Lyon didn't get the job done, and I'm pretty sad. I am pretty sad, but, well, if Lyon had won this game, Marseille would be 13 points behind Paris Saint-Germain. Lyon didn't get the job done, but I feel like this game was hard fought from both sides, so it was still an entertaining game. I mean, the highlights spoke for themselves. This is definitely a game I wish I would have actually sat down and watched live, but I mean, that didn't happen. As far as I'm concerned, I can honestly say that Marseille desperately needed this win, but so did Lyon, but Lyon was unable to get the job done. Therefore, Lyon remains, well, they remain behind, and they've fallen down. They've fallen down in the Ligue 1 table. And Lyon's next game is going to be against Reims. So Lyon's got to get the win. Taking a look at match day number 21 of 34 for Ligue 1. Paris Saint-Germain has another game against Monaco. Lille will take on Le Havre. Nantes will go against Brest. Lens will go against Nice. Rennes versus Saint-Etienne. Strasbourg versus Montpellier. Auxerre versus Toulouse. And Marseille versus Angers. Man, well, not really any games right there to look forward to. I mean, except for the PSG and Monaco match. But I'm really curious to see how Nice and Lyon and Lille actually come out of this one right there. Of course, I mean Marseille. I mean, not long ago, didn't Marseille suffer that loss to Angers? So Marseille is hoping to get the win this time. But Ligue 1, well, the competition is still out there, but the competition does not involve the Ligue 1 title. Competition basically is who's going to finish in the other two spots in the top 3. Because we all know PSG is going to finish in one of those spots. Unless, of course, something happened, which I doubt is going to happen. Paris Saint-Germain, right now, the chances of them not winning Ligue 1, right now, I just don't really see how that's really possible, but anything can happen. But Ligue 1 right now belongs to Paris Saint-Germain, and, well, it could very well be theirs at the end of the season because PSG might actually secure the title once again. Yeah, again, in the top scorers, you have Ousmane Dembele as the Ligue 1 top scorer, followed by Mason Greenwood and Jonathan David. And it's a 1-goal difference between the three. Ousmane Dembele is at 14 goals, Mason Greenwood's at 13, and Jonathan David is at 12. So, of course, Ousmane Dembele scoring a hat-trick did him a great favor because he went from 11 to 14. So, just jumped like that, jumped right on top. And if Ousmane Dembele continues to score, well, he will win the Ligue 1 top scorer award. But let's wait and see how things go. Once again, I apologize to everybody for not being aware of the news surrounding Randal Kolo Muani being loaned to Juventus. I swear to you, I never got a notification from ESPN, nor did I get anything from Goal.com. Honestly, I didn't even see anything from Fabrizio Romano. Not saying he didn't say anything, but I didn't see it. Apparently, I did not get the message. As far as Randal Kolo Muani goes, I did not get the message. And for that, I apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, Into the Net FC is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and now it's back on YouTube. Just go on YouTube and look for the channel Into the Net FC and subscribe. And also subscribe on Spotify, hit that notification bell, as well as that subscribe button, then hit that notification bell. Please do the same thing for Apple. As far as Apple Podcast goes, I'm not even sure if they have a notification bell, but please hit those subscribe buttons, hit those notification bells. That way, I know for sure that you're not going to miss out on any exciting upcoming content. Thank y'all very, very much. Y'all have a good one, and God bless.